Okay, so sometimes I operate as Protoss, and I've gotten back. I do a 3 gate into Robo, and then I start doing War Prism harass. This Terran was not that great. Usually I've seen somewhere, they stick their missile turrets here, here, here to prevent what I'm doing. This guy didn't. Hell, I even got a disruptor in and took out about a good clump of Marines that were just standing up here later on. You'll see it when I get to it. Right now, like my APM between whatever I'm doing is like 134. Oh yeah, I dropped like a couple of pylons to distract them, and normally when they kill the normally when they kill these, it would supply block me, but because I was already prepared with backups, I wasn't affected. Okay, so I'm getting my warp prism. I've got my 2 gateways. My research is almost done. I think I take my second gas here in a moment. I've already got 23 probes on my main. When do I take my next gas? There we go. About 427. Yeah. He put his turrets right there instead of out along the corners where you're supposed to. Because if you put the turrets like where I'm clicking right here and right here, that would have fully prevented what I'm about to do next. Yeah, and instead of running his SCVs away, he wedges them all in between this gap to attack my Zealot, which creates a choke point between the minerals and the gas geyser, thus screwing him. See, watch. He all but one on his gas, and the 2 down here. He just threw away all the SCVs you saw that were mining here through that one choke point. I screwed the Terran pretty much. Now all he's got left are these 2 SCVs down here, and that one that's grabbing the gas vein. Yeah, the Vespane gas. I got tongue tied. He has to call down a mule. My ally did a little drop over here. And he intercept the probes. Nice. Yeah, he never finished that turret, and he never put them on here at all. I'm gonna keep pointing that out because I hope he sees this. I know he won't, but if he does, swoop. My main race is Terran. I'm off racing, and I'm doing a better job at kicking your ass with Protoss. And that's saying something. And I've got my observer right there to see if they come this way. Yeah. Now what? He loses his command center. He doesn't call down mules. He doesn't get SCVs up to repair it from here. He lets his main command center get killed by my stalkers. It's on fire. It's burning. And it's dead. He's not using the rest of his production. He's got no hotkeys. Now, the Protoss was smart. Amir, I'll give him props. He's got his on hotkeyed. He's got his gateways on 1, and he's got his 2 Nexi on 3 and 4. My ally doesn't have hotkeys. I have my Warp Prism on 1, my production on 4, and my Nexi combined on 5. And after that, I started getting my Immortal, Disruptor, and later my Colossus. Oh yeah, I have to transport my probe out because my ally decided to wall us off with all of his buildings and the 1 supply depot. Okay. Muna is getting his 3rd base up, which is a planetary. That's good, actually. He finally got his other orbital. I'm getting my 3rd base. What about even, actually, between me and the Terran? Oh, yeah. I'm not going to spoil it. Okay, so I see the Marines. I swing down here. Drop my disruptor off and killed all but one. That one Marine's like, wait, what happened to all my friends? What was that noise? I like, oh, I get my warp prism out. He's just got blink stalkers and no upgrades. I am already working on my production for my 3rd base. I've already got 1 Colossus out. And my Immortal. Oh, I think I tell him to lower his depot in a moment. Yeah, this guy moves out. I guess he's like checking over here to see if like I had proxies or something. Yeah, he's got them queued up for like attack move or something. Well, I'm working on my upgrades, and he moves over here, and then this happens. warp in and run out of Z-lots, charge lots, take my gas. Yeah, I take my fourth, and I move out to kill them. Because they pretty much don't have anything. I neutered the Terran. I wiped out the Protoss. Wow, and he is inefficient since he doesn't have warp gates. I'm like, bye bye. Okay, and I'm already working on my armor upgrade. Okay. Yeah, this was a short one, but it was fun. And he just flies his Metarex over like, hi, sightseeing. I'm gonna kill the Terran. Oh nice, he got a battle cruiser. And they leave. It's like, yep. That pretty much sums it up. So between taking 4 bases and working on my next upgrades, we already won. Just by doing that early drop harass with the warp prism, sniping his main command center, and the Terran not being efficient in, you know, initially putting his turrets out here to stop my warp prism harass in the first place. Now he put turrets there when I no longer needed to use the warp prism because I already had sufficient forces to come in and kill them. I think a better course of action for the Protoss instead of doing mass Stalker would have been to do something like what I'm doing with the Stalker Immortal and Colossi. Or even for him to do like blink DTs. Because we barely except that one observer I've got out in the field right there. I had no other detection at all. So if Emir had been smarter, he could have gone blink DTs, got in, done damage, and then told his ally to rebuild, and then they could have come across the map and done whatever they needed. Instead, I kept the Terran out of the game, and that little attack that he did over here, uh, by trying to queue up an attack route, that didn't work out for him. We're going to go back and watch that. So I ended up outbasing the Protoss too. Okay, so we want to go back a little more. Yeah, he's doing an attack move command, which normally would work in like, well, other situations. But I've already got 3 Colossi, an Immortal, my charge lots, and my Stalkers right here. I mean, if he had been smart, he'd have tried to draw me out in the open, not to where I could create an obvious choke point and smash him, like this. And there's my. Yeah. Also, he didn't have the numbers to combat what I've got, because I've got a mix of units that work well together. Yeah, and instead of do just move commanding them, the moment he lost all those in that zealot, he should have pulled these stalkers back here and waited till he got a bigger concave, bigger forces too. But you notice the Terran isn't using his production. He's making a missile turret. He hasn't made another orbital. He has no starports, no production, nothing, no depots. He's got the 3 there and the 2 there, and that's it. I think what happened was the Terran, his brain broke, and he didn't know what to do, and it cost him the match. Because I just take care of this, and like before, I open another round of units back home. Yeah, and then I move out and just win the match for me and my ally. And he's queuing up too many units on his factory, which is delaying time, which is eating up his minerals and resources as well. I move out and I take my 4th base. My ally is setting his attack up. Why doesn't he have warp gates? This is so inefficient. He's got what, 8? He's got 8 gates here. Yeah, he's got 8 gates, and it would be so much better if he had warp gate, because that makes warping in units a lot easier than just queuing them up individually. He would have had a bigger army too. This also, he's got no upgrades. Well, hold on. Now,